Good afternoon and welcome to this webinar. We have with us today Mr. David Lam, Director and Head of Center for Professional Accounting Programs, and Nikita, our final year ACCA student and also the President of the ACCA Club. And I am Krishna, the moderator for today's webinar series. Today we'll be talking about my ACCA valuable learning experiences and rich campus life in Imperium International College. So both David Lam and Nikita will be sharing their experiences with us, and will also be addressing some of your questions on the webinar series today. So David, would you like to start by giving us a brief introduction about yourself?
Okay, thank you, Krishna. I have been an ACCA member since 1980 and fellow since 1985. So from student to member to fellow, has been involved in ACCA for the past 45 years. So I am very grateful for ACCA, for it has taken me to a senior position in the corporate sector, and it had also given me good income while working in the corporate sector. And moreover, when I was appointed as chairman in foreign equity companies in China, I also play a small role in promoting investment between Malaysia and China, because the company that I work for, the public listed company, has investment in China since 1985. So it is a very satisfying journey for me with the qualification of ACCA.
Interesting.
Okay.
Nikita, why don't you share about yourself?
I'm from Johor and I started my study in CAT right after my Form 5. And hopefully I'll be graduating after this September exams. And I used to play piano during my spare time as one of the methods to distress myself.
Oh, wow. So you are an ACCA graduate, going to be, and also a pianist, right? That's interesting. So let's start off the first question session. So David, why don't you tell us, why should anybody study ACCA, not accounting or accounting and finance, or even business? Why ACCA?
Okay, I think my history, okay, my career history will speak for itself. Okay, ACCA will bring you to very senior position in the corporate sector. ACCA also will provide you with a very good income, as what I have experienced, and I'm also very satisfying. I still have very fond memory when I was based in China and working in China, and I become the bridge to bring in investment from people in China, as well as I'm receiving people, senior personnel like the governor of Guangdong province, and the deputy mayor of Tianjin city. We have rounds of the business negotiation. We have, dining with many rounds of drinking the baijiu. Okay, the baijiu is the Chinese wine. Okay, so it's very exciting life for me. Okay, with job satisfaction, with high income, and being able to play and contribute a role between the two countries. So it's very good. I will strongly encourage students to pursue the ACCA program.
So it looks like ACCA graduates actually have a very rewarding career.
Yes.
You get to go out with the top CFOs and CEOs of companies and go for daily
Yes.
drinks and meetings. Of course, on top of all the meetings and all the agendas that you'll have to prepare. Yeah.
Okay. If you look at the Malaysian scene now,
yeah.
ACCA or the accountancy profession is very, very short of personnel. There's an acute shortage of qualified accountant. MIA has a registered total membership of about 35,000, but the country now in year 2020 will require 60,000. So there's an acute shortage, and because of this supply and demand, there is the salary of the CFO working in a public listed company is very attractive. Okay, so I would it's really a good career to pursue. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's very enticing. Yeah,
Yeah.
who wouldn't want to see that much of money, isn't it?
Yes.
As sort of as a beginning salary. So Nikita, I suppose that must be one of your reason why you have chosen to do ACCA through the pathway of CAT and then proceeding to ACCA right after your SPM.
Yeah.
Could you want to elaborate? I mean, why didn't you choose foundation and then do degree, get into the 4 professional papers to obtain your ACCA, but rather CAT and then ACCA? Why did you do that? Why did you choose that pathway?
I chose the direct CAT to ACCA route as it is the shortest and the most affordable route to obtain the globally recognized accountancy profession. And compared to the cost of the normal university route, it takes around 100,000 ringgit to complete the ACCA, but with the CAT to ACCA route, I only need to spend around 50,000 ringgit. So I can save more than 50,000 ringgit by choosing this direct route. Comparing the duration, the university route takes around 5 to 6 years to complete the ACCA, but this direct route only takes 3.5 years. So I can save my study duration of 2 to 3 years. So there's a saving of 50,000 ringgit in cost and 2 to 3 years in time. So I've selected the direct CAT to ACCA route.
So this is a very interesting point. Okay, typically, an SPM students come in to us to Imperium International College. The total tuition fees to UK, the total fees is about 50,000 for 3.5 years. And typically, our students after Form 5 at age 17 plus 3.5 years, they qualify at age 20 to 21. And already they are starting to work in Big Four accounting firm with a very, very good starting salary. So this is information that many parents may not understand. Just imagine your children at age of 17 after SPM Form 5 able to finish all the a professional globally recognized qualification, okay, in 3.5 years with us, and able to stand on their own feet at age 20, 21. It's something really interesting, as well as it's a very high fast payback. 50,000. If you are working with a Big Four accounting firm at age 20, 21, you may earn 3,500. So you will pay back in less than a year. So it is really, really good investment, and not many people may know that. So I will encourage SPM students, especially and parents, to consider this CAT and ACCA route.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm sure many of us actually were not aware of that, because the standard cliche out there is usually ACCA being a very tough route, especially when you're coming from SPM, where you're still very young, very I would say unsure about your future. So now that you've enlightened all of us that CAT ACCA is indeed a very much sought after pathway, I think that's really good. Yeah, I mean, we should be sending more of our kids to do ACCA here.
Okay, you raise a question. I want to address this.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because there is inherent fear.
Yes.
People believe the ACCA is a very difficult program.
Yeah.
That is true during my time.
Okay.
During the 70s, where the final paper has to be passed en bloc, meaning that you got to pass the 4 professional papers en bloc. You cannot fail in any one of the paper. Okay. But the situation now has changed. You can pass 1 paper at a time until when you finish all the 13 papers, then you qualify as an affiliate.
I see.
So it's not that difficult. Moreover, you're very much supported in Imperium International College with very good lecturers, with very good study systems that will help you to pass the exam. Okay? We will elaborate this later.
Yeah, so coming back to the next question. So Nikita, why did you choose to study at Imperium International College, previously known as College of Arts and Technology?
Firstly, Imperium International College is a platinum approved learning partner of ACCA, so I'm very confident in the academic quality and also management support. In addition, as I'm from outstation, so there is a very good hostel accommodation just above the campus. It's very convenient for me to attend classes and also to go to the library for revision anytime. There is no need for me to spend extra cost and time for daily traveling to and from the college.
That's nice. So stress-free life, isn't it, David? So she doesn't have to travel too far. Food is everything available, ample of them all around you, and you can also get your beauty sleep, right? Upon finishing your classes. David, would you like to add on to that?
This is the unique advantage
Yes.
of Imperium International College, because the hostel is just on top of the campus. There's no need to travel, no need to spend time, money to travel, and you can wake up quite late, and you are not late for classes. Anytime when you're ready, you can go to the library to do your revision. So it's a very comfortable, very convenient place to study here, especially for outstation students.
Correct.
So I encourage outstation students, parents to send your children here, and they are good accommodation where you will be able to finish your program in 3.5 years.
Yes. I think this is definitely very convincing. I think especially for parents who are probably worried when they have to send their children very far away from home, and when you know that you actually have a campus within your school, what else would parents ask for? You are safe, so they don't have to worry about finishing your class late. You don't have to travel too far and not feeling scared or insecure. So, Nikita, having said that you've been in college and also the president of the ACCA Club, could you share with us some of your learning experiences in Imperium International College?
What really impressed me the most are the lecturers. They're really committed in helping us to pass our ACCA exams. They're very experienced in teaching the ACCA programs, as all of them are ACCA subject specialists who have spent many years teaching the ACCA respective subjects. On top of that, they're also very friendly and helpful. They're very approachable whenever I have any questions to ask them on my study.
Nice.
And we have small class size for lectures, so it provides me more opportunities to interact with my lecturer whenever I have any question on class. And we can form small study groups for group discussions and presentations, which is very useful study method for professional level, especially for SPL.
Interesting. David?
Okay, this is a very good point, Nikita, because for ACCA program, lecturers do play a very important part in helping you to pass exam. Our lecturer has been with us for many years, and hardly there's any turnover. So they are very committed, very dedicated in helping the students. So some of them are having teaching experience from 30-40 years. Most of them are between 10 to 20 years. Very experienced, very dedicated, and very specialized. They are ACCA specialist lecturers. So at the platinum level, very rare and very I would say very rare resources that we have within the college.
Yeah, I think I would definitely have to agree, because looking at our past records, we have actually produced many high-ranking students who've actually gained very good ranking in the international papers as well as some taxation papers, right, globally. Yes, I'm sure the effort has to go to the students who has been working very hard, and definitely to our lecturers who's always been supportive, on bringing up the students here. So, David, the next question is to you. In terms of academic quality, how do you maintain the performance of the lecturers, especially in their delivery?
ACCA is an evolving accountancy body. The syllabus are changing. There's new technology to be embraced. So we put great emphasis on updating and upskilling our lecturers. Whenever there are opportunities, we are sending them for workshop, for seminars, for conferences in ACCA. We do our in-house training to help them to be trained in the online delivery of the program, and regularly we hold meeting between the management and the lecturers, and we share with them the problem that we face with the students and how jointly we can overcome. So Platinum Center being good in academic performance as well as in student support. So we support the lecturer jointly as well, so that we can support the students. All these are done to facilitate the students, to enable them to pass the exam. And by the fact that we have nurtured many World Prize winners over the years, it's evident that the lecturers are good and they are stable and they are very valuable resources to Imperium International College.
Yes, I'll definitely have to agree to that. So Nikita, would you like to add on that? Do you have any favorite lecturers that you want to share with us? Mr. David is here, your head of center.
Yeah.
So you have got anyone in particular that you find that has probably touched your heart? You know, they have a soft spot over your 3 years of study here in Imperium International College.
Most of the lecturers are very concerned with the students. They will their attention won't last only for the period you attend their classes. Even after you finish the exams, they will also asking do you have any concerns in finding your job?
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
anything else.
So meaning the pastoral care, yeah? I think the pastoral support, it continues, right? Not only in classroom, but right after you leave the classroom, yeah? So the bonding is continuous. That's what I must say. Very nice. Thank you. Thanks, Nikita. So Nikita, now as the president of the ACCA Club, can you share with us some of the activities that you have organized in Imperium International College?
We have Just Exit, a resume writing workshop by PwC, Preparing Your Job Interview by Deloitte, Excel workshop from basic to advanced levels, and other workshops as well. We also have corporate visits like visit to Bursa Malaysia. For annual events, we have bonding night and also boardroom challenge, which is a presentation challenge to simulate a boardroom situation. The final rounds are usually participated by representatives from the top 10 international accounting firms, where they will act as board of directors, and the participants will act as the chief financial officers to present the proposal for discussion, deliberation, and approval. And this is one of the most valuable activities to hone their professional skills. The boardroom is chaired by Mr. David, and the questions is also set by him based on his many years of working experience.
So I just want to emphasize why we have taken so many extra miles to nurture and train our students. Our tagline is education beyond professional qualification, meaning that we don't stop at getting an ACCA qualification. We want to train them to be future corporate leaders. As I have journeyed before, I have traveled that journey to have in the corporate for 30-40 years of working experience in a corporate. So I understand what are the qualities, like leadership qualities, communication skills, decision making, independent thinking, creativity, innovation. All these are skills we are trying to nurture them. Okay? So beyond the professional qualification, we give them, equip them with many more professional skills so that they can stand very well on their own 2 feet as soon as they graduate, as well as they're able to advance very quickly up the corporate ladder when they start working. So this is something that I believe, a journey that I have walked, and I want all our students to be able to do very well, not only in the academic qualification, in getting the ACCA, as well as to be able to stand firm in the corporate sectors and advance very fast in their career so that they can have job satisfaction as well as high earning. Okay, so this is something that we want to do. We are passionate about doing this. Okay, and I am always trying to motivate them that you must have the communication skills so that you are able to work with big group. CFO need to work with people. Okay, they have to present their proposal to the board of directors. They have to chair budget meeting. They have to meet the shareholders in the AGM, and it's a lot of communication skills, presentation skills that we are going to give it to them. Okay? On top of that, we will talk about embracing new technology, digital skills. It is also one of the essential skills that we are trying to give it to them.
Yes, that's all that you need, right? I mean, on top of books, on top of classroom studies, you're actually being equipped with the need to know how, especially when you're actually entering the workforce out there. And I'm sure, as our graduates in Imperium International College, our ACCA graduates have a competitive edge out there in the workforce once they join the corporate world. So, Mr. David, would you like to also share with us, what about the external speakers? What about the industry practitioners?
Okay.
How do we involve them in our classroom teaching?
Okay, we pride ourselves in our program in that we, being from a corporate myself, I invite many corporate speakers to the college and to teach, to be guest lecturer for a new subject called strategic business leaders. This is a 4-hour case study paper where a deep understanding of business scenarios and application of knowledge, the synthesis of all the knowledge that they have learned in all the papers to be able to evaluate actual business scenario and apply the knowledge to solve a business problem. So these are best taught and shared by the guest lecturer from the corporate sectors. We have lecturers in leadership, we have lecturers in big data, data analytics, mobile technology, e-commerce, cybersecurity, and so on. All very specialist lecturer with actual business scenario experience to impart this new knowledge and skills so that they can have a wider horizon, okay, in their outlook, as well as they're able to tackle and pass the strategic business leader paper. Very difficult, very new, and a 4-hour case study paper.
Yeah? Wow. Yes. So that's very interesting. So which means on top of classroom teaching, your students are also being exposed to the real world, in the classroom, where they are actually being taught of the current case studies and how to solve. So these are very useful knowledge, right, when they actually enter the workforce.
One more point I need to emphasize in this paper, there is a need to break the class into smaller group for group discussion and group presentation, because we want to simulate the actual working environment where the CFO they have meeting with various departments to be able to solve a problem. So this is possible because of our class size manageable. So our class size are manageable and small, so that it will facilitate the teaching and delivery of this program, that we have case studies, we have group discussion and group presentation, and that will help them in passing the exam and to help them also in the real life working situation.
Yes, correct. Because it is true, you never work with your only accountants, because as you are very well above, the corporate world is made of so many people from all walks of life. So good. That's very nice when you're actually being exposed at this very early. So you actually have very good organizational behavior, I would say, ethics. So David, now Nikita did share with us about some of the activities that was organized under the ACCA Club. So why don't you share with us on the academic aspect? How does Imperium International College prepare our students to have that competitive edge?
Okay.
in the market?
Okay, we work together closely with our lecturers. Okay, we have just shared how they are, upskilled and updated with the latest development at ACCA and with the changes in syllabus, with the embracing of new technology. For the students, we have a very good system to support them in their study. So when they come in, they will have study notes.
Okay.
So before attending the classes, they will have a conceptual understanding by looking at through the study notes, looking at the study outcome, the syllabus. So they will have a conceptual understanding. When they attend the classes, they can interact with the lecturers because the classes are small and they have opportunity to interact with the lecturers. And after the classes, we have provide them with a revision kit so that they can practice on past exam papers and practice on questions, how this knowledge are being applied in the actual situation. Okay. After that, we assess the progress through test and mock exam, and the scripts are marked so that they know exactly which area they need improvement, and the lecturers are very handy to and are very at hand to support them. Okay? Thereafter, there is an intensive revision just before the exam where they are taught the exam techniques, okay, and working through the past papers to bring them to a level that they can sit the exam. The practice questions are very important for ACCA because within the 3 and 4 hours exam, they must be able to put all what they have learned, okay, from the head to the hand and to the computer. Because now all ACCA are not on paper, they are on computer.
Yes.
So they have to have a lot of practice before they can, put the answers onto the computer. So this is something we are very confident that with the support that we give to the student through the lecturer, through what the system that we have, if a student were to study conscientiously, say regularly, so 1 or 2 hours a day, following the system that we have in place, I'm quite confident that they will be able to pass exam.
Nice. So Nikita, how long do you spend a day to study? Now you're in your final year, right? Yeah. So how is your study regimen? I mean, how do you usually plan your study time?
If there is no class, then maybe 3 to 4 hours a day.
So now that every classes is happening online, how do you find, how are you accommodating yourself? How are you adjusting yourself to the online learning environment?
Actually, there is not much difference between physical class and online classes.
Okay.
Since we have a mixture of pre-recorded and live sessions, but the live sessions will be recorded as well,
Okay.
so that it's easier for us to do the revision. And we have weekly Q&A sessions where we can ask any questions if you have any confusion on your studies. So the support given by the lecturers is very sufficient. So I think there's not much difference.
So it's as good as attending the physical class, yes. But it's just that doing it online, you are at the comfort of sitting in your house and doing the classes. Yeah. Now you are in Batu Pahat, I suppose. Yes, you will be back at home to do your online classes. Okay. So David, coming back to you. We had your last webinar series on AI and ACCA, right? So how are we, or how is your center preparing our students to be savvy with the Industrial Revolution 4.0 and the data science, data analytics that everybody is talking about? Okay,
we are in the era of the 4th Industrial Revolution, and there is always AI, ACCA, can AI replace ACCA, and so on. There's an inherent fear. But we are preparing our students because in Imperium International College, we have a very strong IT department. So we are working together very closely to expose our students, to provide knowledge and skills to our students in this area. For example, in AI, we have workshops in artificial intelligence, we have workshop in big data analytics, okay? We have okay, blockchain, cybersecurity, e-commerce, okay, and fintech, and robotic automation, and so on. All these are conducted. Last year alone in 2019, we have 18 workshops organized for the benefit of our students. So we want them to embrace technology as well as the professional skills development that we have for them, plus the digital skills, the embracing of new technologies that will put them in a position where they are very, very much sought after, okay, by good key employers in corporate employers, okay, in the market. So we really prepare our students so that they can embark on very rewarding, okay, lucrative, and satisfying career for their future.
Yes. I mean, Industrial Revolution 4.0 is something that we cannot run away from, and it's not only specifically targeted at engineering or information technology graduates, but it's something to be embraced by everybody across the board. And I do not think ACCA is exceptional either. So Nikita, you are in good hands. I suppose that you have that extra advantage of having the data analytics knowledge on top of a professional accounting qualification. Yeah, for you definitely are much sought after in the market, because big data is something you can't avoid. Yes, it is there. So Nikita, why don't you share a little advice from you to our new students who intend to join Imperium International College for the CAT ACCA program?
Okay. I really value my time in college as it really helped me a lot, especially in developing my professional skills like leadership, communication, independent thinking, and decision making. And also, we get to communicate with the representatives from the Big Four accounting firms when we organize the workshop for them. And we also have IT workshops, right? So the IT and AI exposure has given me confidence when I'm looking for a job in the future. So my advice for the Form 5 and Form 6 students is to take up the ACCA program immediately right after the SPM or STPM, as it is indeed the shortest and the most affordable route to become an ACCA professional.
Yes. David?
Yeah, I want to emphasize that in our tagline, professional education beyond professional qualification, actually compared with other people in the market, we provide a lot more value-added, okay, developments. We have the professional skills development through the ACCA Club, which Nikita has spoken much about, many enriching and rich campus life, okay, exciting activities to hone their professional skills, leadership, communication, independent thinking, decision making, and so on. We have the third component, which I mentioned, okay, that is the embracing new technology, the digital skills in the fourth industrial revolution. So we are very up to date in preparing our graduates for the future. So in fact, I think with these three component, professional qualification, leadership development, professional skills development, as well as digital skills development, I think our lecturers, our students, our graduates are very, very much sought after by the market.
Yes. Yes, that actually completes the student as on top of being just professionally qualified, but also equipped with the right knowledge to enter the workforce.
Yes.
So we have a couple of questions from our viewers. What are the activities in place? Probably Nikita, you can share your experience when you started here as a first year student. What were the activities that was here in place that that allowed you to blend in with the college environment, since you were coming from an outstation campus?
Like other programs, we have orientations for new students, more or less the same with other programs, but the special event we have for new students is the bonding night, where we will have it annually, and it's usually at night time.
Okay.
So we will involve lecturers, management staffs, and students to join in. Then we play games together, we have our dinner together, we have more opportunities to talk with each other.
So
Indirectly, there's a strong bonding relationship between junior and seniors, lecturers, and also management staffs.
Good. So that makes you feel like you don't miss home. Yeah. So you're always in good hands. David, would you like to add on that?
The bonding night is not just a social night. It is cultivating the social skills. It is called bonding for life.
Yes.
So when you make friends, when you're working in a corporate, suddenly you have a question with banking. Your first time you're working, you will be faced with many new terminology, new skills that you have not learned in the college. So you got to call up your friend who are in the bank.
Yes.
So hey, what is an irrevocable letter of credit? Okay. What are how should I look out? What are the important things that I should look for? Okay. So what is what is usance LC and so on. All these terms and terminology which are used very much in the actual corporate world, you may not learn them in your study. So the bonding are needed to create a network of support for you when you're working in a corporate. So it's bonding for life for them.
Yes, I definitely have to agree to David. I think what you carry on with you is the network on top of the knowledge that you've gained in your school. Thank you, David and Nikita, for that. Now, we have another question from Amira. Mr. David, can I take ACCA with a degree in business?
Okay, ACCA has multiple entry routes. After SPM, there's one entry route through CAT, the foundation program for ACCA. Okay, that this route will take about 3.5 years from CAT to ACCA. You can come in through foundation. If foundation, you can go straight away to ACCA, 13 papers, take about 2.5 years. You can also come in through the diploma route. If you have diploma, then you're exempted for 6 subjects in ACCA. So you will take another, say, 1.5 years to 2 years. If you have the degree, then you are exempted for maximum 9 subjects. Then you can take 13 subjects, or take 4 more subjects, that will take another year. So there are multiple entry routes into the ACCA program. It's a very flexible, open door policy, as ACCA put it, always open doors. So all people can come into the ACCA program. Okay? But the easiest route and the shortest route and the most financially sort of attractive route is through the ACCA route. Say for 3.5 years, about 50,000. Okay?
Yes.
50,000 ringgit.
Amira, we hope Mr. David has answered your question. So I suppose with a degree in business, we'll have to look at the exemptions, right? So what are the papers taken? And according to that, you'll have to do the rest of the professional papers to acquire the ACCA qualification. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to tag us and ask on the FB Live. Mr. David and Nikita here are willing to answer the questions. So while we wait for the question, Nikita, now why don't you share with us what has been your best memory studying here in Imperium International College, something that you cannot forget?
Okay, through my NPU last semester, community service, I went to the animal shelter with my group members.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we helped out in cleaning the cages, showering the dogs.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a quite unforgettable memory for me.
So you're an animal lover, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So how many of you were together? How many of you did you do the activity?
11.
11 of you.
Yeah,
wow.
The whole group.
That's interesting. So on top of teaching, you actually have a lot more exciting activities outside your classroom, yeah, especially in one of the modules that allows you to have entrepreneurial skills. Yeah, so you go out there, do community services, and do the activities for the needful and for the underprivileged. That's interesting. Thanks, Nikita. And David, why don't you share with us about how exactly does our students, yeah, our ACCA students here, um, find it useful, especially when they have to sit for industrial workshops that are outside the accounting background, because coding, computers, and all of this programming are probably something that's very different. How acceptable, how receptive are the students towards this new technology?
Uh, you, of course, our focus for ACCA is to allow them, enable them, okay, to support them in passing the examination. So most of the computer-related uh, industrial revolution, new technology that we impart to them are related to the accountancy profession. Okay. Robotic process automation, for example, okay, blockchain, okay, this is a distributed data, fintech, and also cyber security and so on. So they are all related. In a way, it will reinforce the study as well as to give them a wider horizon, okay, in one way what they are studying, and also when they are in the job market. They have to acquire these skills. These skills are very needful if you want to work, you want to advance in your corporate career. You have to have all these skills, because these are the things of the future. Okay, and this is something that is exciting, is something new. If you embrace technology, you will put yourself into a very competitive position vis-a-vis your other graduates. Okay, and one of the key feature here, why I'm still able, to do, because of our small class, I facilitate the graduate in the employment. Okay. So I go through the CV with them. I conduct mock interviews. Sometimes 2 or 3 times until they are ready. Then I put them out in the job market. Okay. And the success rate has been almost 100%.
That's nice.
And one of the person who gained employment in the top 10 international firms say, "Hey, David, thank you, sir, thank you very much. Your mock interview, almost all the questions, also being asked by the interviewer. I'm so prepared. Yeah. So I got the job. Thank you very much." So I'm very happy, because I have in my corporate career, I have interviewed thousands of candidates. So I understand what is required. Okay, especially not only just your professional qualification, there are many other skills that we develop. Okay, professional skills as well as digital skills that we develop, which the interviewer are looking.
True.
And also your other interests, your hobby, your other skills that you have, your achievement, all these are needful. So I guide them in the interview process, and even link them with the big accounting firm, and call up people whom we have connections. We have very good contacts with the big four accounting firm, and say, "Hi, we got a very good candidate. Would you like, to have them as your employer?" They are very, very good. So I think with this support, our success rate, our graduate success rate in getting employment in Big Four, very good.
Very high, very high. Yes, definitely. I mean, I have to agree to that, because one student, I understand from Nikita, you were saying that in your club you have PwC coming over and running a workshop on resume writing, coupled with Mr. David's experience in how to sit for interviews, how to answer the difficult questions by your managers. When it's your first time, it tends to get students tend to get anxious and panicky. So when like how David said, when you're all prepared, it becomes very easy. Yes, and securing a job is what everybody wants at the end. So I think in a nutshell, I can say that in Imperium International College, our ACCA graduates are well prepared, not only in terms of qualification, but also in terms of soft skills, and also giving the extra digital skill to give them the added advantage, the competitive edge, and literally their jobs are future proof, isn't it? Yes. So they have not to worry about AI coming in place, whether I'm going to have a job, but you are already been prepared to embrace the artificial intelligence era that is sinking in. So with that, I would like to thank you, David and Nikita. Thank you so much for your day today, for sharing your experience, and Nikita for your advice to our Form 4 and Form 5 as well as Form 6 students who are probably keen to take up the CAT ACCA profession. And viewers, thank you so much for your support. Continue watching our webinar series. Next, our webinar series will be happening on the 29th of July, entitled A Career in Business, What's in it for me? So those final year business students out there, don't miss us. See you next week.
Okay, thank you, Krishna.
Thank you.